Hello, my friends. Let's graph this equation. Y equals 2 sine 3x minus 6 plus 1. So we'll start off, of course, with our axes here. And this is a little tricky here because this is not in factored form. And maybe you're used to this form, but I strongly recommend factoring it out. So this is going to be equal to, I'll change it to black here so it's consistent, equals, well, I'll do it here. 2 sine, let's factor out the 3, x minus 2 plus 1. So I factored this out because in this way, then this 2 represents the horizontal shift. Here, this is tricky. The horizontal shift is not 6 because this is not in factored form. So every time you look at these equations, you want to be in factored form. At least I like to be in factored form. Anyways. Okay, so we'll start off by looking at the transformations. Sine normally goes like this. It starts off at 0, 0. But we're going to move this origin to depending on the shift. So negative 2 means there's a right shift by 2. Even though this is negative, it's a right shift by 2. And it's shifting up by 1. So 1. So this is our starting point here. And this is the equilibrium line. And the amplitude is 2. So it goes up to 3 and goes down to, I guess, negative 1, looks like. So this is the top, as high as the graph will get, the curve. The lowest the curve will get. And what's the period? So the period is related to this number here, 3. So period equals 2 pi over 3. And that's the period. 2 pi thirds, 2/3 of pi. That was hard. So a half a period, we'll just call this a half a p. 1/2, there we go, is going to be 2 pi over 6 because we're divided by 2. And then a quarter period, we'll divide it by 2 again, is going to be, 2 over 6, that's just pi over 3. And then divided again would be pi over 6. So quarter periods are pi over 6. So we'll split each period up into quarters. 1, 2, 3, 4. This won't be to scale, unfortunately. We can make it to scale here. So it's going to go, it's not, there isn't a reflection or anything like that. So we're going to go up. These are quarter periods, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's going to be right back here again. So it'll go to the top, to the middle, to the bottom, like that. And this will kind of keep going. And here we have, these numbers aren't the best, but this is 2 plus pi over 6. This would be 2 plus pi over 3, and 1, 2, 3. So this would be 2 plus kind of pi over 6 times 3. So 3 times pi over 6, what's that, pi over 2? I think 3 times pi over 6. And then this last one would be 2 plus 2 pi over 3 here. Okay, we could plug this into the calculator to get a decimal value. It would be nice to get a zero value here, so you could plug in 0 for x, 0, so that'd be sine of negative 6, and then plug in a value here. But usually the one wavelength is good enough. Okay, and if you want to see me keep going on to the origin and whatnot, then just let me know in the comments. But that's good enough for now. All right, cheers.